Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Heartstopper. This is episode 4. What happened last time? Last time, Elle and Tao went on a date and it did not go well. I think, in my personal opinion, I think Elle overreacted. Tao wasn't even acting that different. She said he was acting like a completely different person. He was pretty much the same guy. He just got a haircut and did something she wanted to do. So I don't think she was in the right, but I'm sure plenty of people disagree with me. There's also a big bonfire, which Nick planned to come out to a couple of the rugby guys at. That didn't end up going to plan either. And so we're kind of in the depths of it right now. Not everyone is having a good time, but the Paris trip, I believe, I think they either start to go, like they either like travel in this episode or they're already there. I don't know. I just know the episode byline talked about the Paris trip, so I assume we're going to touch on that this episode, and I'm very excited to find out what happens. So before we jump into it, if you end up enjoying this reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's watch some more Heartstopper. Oh, they're in England. I was like, how are they riding a bus to Paris? But no, they are in Europe.
Probably shouldn't sit next to each other on the coach.
What? You guys can totally sit next to each other.
Yeah.
No.
But I bet you can't last 2 days without kissing me.
Is that a challenge right here?
I double dog dare you.
Hey.
Oh, Tao, you poor boy. You're just in sad times. Les Miserables. Who's watching Les Mis? What I do, baby boo? Oh, awkward.
I'm gonna sit with the girls.
Big rip. Imogen Technologies.
So if I pack too much, then it's a patriarchy, not my fault.
It's the patriarchy.
Quiet!
Dude, Mr. Farouk, you need to chill, brother.
Is everyone ready to leave for Paris?
Party, party, party. We're going to party in Paris. Bye, random adults that stayed back at the school. Wow. Nobody's having a good time.
Before you and Nick got together, how did you know that you liked him in that way?
He popped a
Always wanted to be around him. But also anytime he was there, I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I literally could not stop thinking about
Do you have a crush? What, are we going over a bridge?
Je veux bien ton plan avoir de réseau là, on est dans le gros tunnel.
What the frick?
Ça serait top. Tu peux m'envoyer un message quand t'es dispo? Ok. Bye.
You multilingual son of a bitch.
What the hell was that?
It's like I hardly knew ye.
Your dad's French?
Yeah. He lives in Paris, so yeah, we're gonna try and meet up. I don't really see him often, so.
Well, goddamn, son. We learn new things every day.
Oh, it's just unexpected.
Yo, Tao's depressed. Dude is not having a good time.
Sir, are we under the water?
Yeah.
Then why can't we see any fish?
Gail, you are not that stupid. That question would have pissed me off. I would have been ready to fight somebody if you asked me that question.
We get to hang out in Paris.
How short is the bus ride from England to Paris?
I guess I've just been worried about when I said...
Why would you bring that up in an enclosed space where no one can escape?
You mean about our prom outfits?
You just made this so
You know,
awkward.
I still think we should be Princess Peach and Mario. And my reasoning for this is...
I think I would be in a fight right there if she just blatantly disregarded my question. I'd be like, alright, we're in a fight. Song in French, there's a song in French. I don't know the words 'cause I'm dumb American. Benjamin, are you jealous? Yeah, Imogen Technologies can tell.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
2
You have
beds.
to share beds.
Alright.
I want the other bed. I hate being woken up by the sun.
Alright. Separate beds. Convenient.
Standing next to Elle makes me feel like I'm being electrocuted. Ugh.
Bounce test!
Bounce test, you weirdos.
Hey, we're in Paris. We're being sad, come on.
Yeah, no being sad in Paris.
Oh, sorry.
These two. I'm calling it right now. I am calling it by the end of this series.
Oh,
Yep. Come on. How obvious can you guys be? Wait. No holding hands at night time. That's a married people activity. Oh, rip? He pulled his hand away at some point? What did you just see that absolutely devastates you? Apple juice, of course. It's like they're taunting you.
Let me take it.
Still does nice things for you, even if you're in a fight. It's like, is she gonna drink it? Look away, brother. Try not to be so desperate.
I wanted to share a bed with you.
Okay, you are children. You're children, and it's not allowed. Yo, what about your dare?
Charlie! You two coming up? Oh, you're being gay.
They were about to.
Good job.
Sorry, they're children. They're children. I shouldn't have made that joke.
Will we ever get to kiss without people walking in on us?
No.
Well, at least I've not lost this challenge yet.
Yeah, you almost made him break it.
Gonna come with us today?
Those two are so obnoxiously into each other.
You joking?
Benjamin, she is not joking. What a douchebag. This kid sucks ass. He's the worst.
I need a drink.
Would you like to get one with him?
Drink.
We probably shouldn't drink alcohol.
And yet... A croissant! A croissant? Get the croissant?
What about the museum?
Oh, I don't know. I think museums are kind of boring.
Yeah, it would be nice to just explore.
Renoir painted that.
Yeah, it's a really important place in art history.
Yeah, idiots.
Just us?
This is a much better date than the movies.
Have a good time. See you soon.
Who is this rando in the middle? I don't know who that random orange girl is. She needs to leave. Can't be getting introduced to new characters. Electricity.
Est-ce que je pourrais avoir 2 bulles de glace au chocolat s'il vous plaît?
Ah oui, bien sûr. Mais attendez, vous êtes anglais?
Oui, je suis envoyeur scolaire.
C'est dingue, vous avez pas d'accent, c'est fou, bravo, bravo.
She's practiced a lot.
Since when could you speak French like an actual French person?
Since when were you a character in this show? Nobody knows who you are, girl.
How are things between you and Nick?
Nick is an enigma. Secrets for days.
I suppose I'm sort of jealous of you and Darcy.
Mm-hmm.
You're out and you can hold hands.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows in their relationship, though. The grass is not always greener on the other side.
It took ages for me to even feel comfortable calling myself a lesbian. But eventually, we stopped caring about all those people. We just realised.
Is this a flashback?
And I'll clap really loud even if you fall over and mess up the entire thing.
Me and her were all that mattered.
God damn.
You and Nick will get to that point.
Hopefully. No guarantees.
Darcy just makes everything into a joke. It's hard to get to open up.
Hard. It's impossible. This girl actively diverts conversations when you try and bring it up. And not even in a sly way.
Oh.
He's allergic to chocolate,
For
brother.
breakfast. Sorry, you didn't eat that much breakfast.
Child, it's ice cream.
Chocolate, not bubble gum.
Oh, you're a good influence on me.
Chocolate's good, dude. Eat it. Oh, you got it on your nose, though.
You got some on your nose.
Oh.
Let me get that.
There's still quite a bit left on his nose. There's still some left. That would enrage me. I would lose my goddamn mind.
Tao, I think
We don't have to talk about it.
we should talk about it.
Yeah. Say sorry to him, L.
Things were better when we were just friends.
Right?
I disagree.
I'm happy you're making new friends, but I just get in my head about being left behind and alone.
Kiss. Kiss. Mwah. This is the
don't wanna stop
perfect
being
place
friends.
to kiss.
I hide behind the ink
I'm a sucker for romance. I just want them to be together. Christ, brother, you can't scream in the museum.
Your house.
Do it. Do it.
The map,
What? Excusez-moi.
Can I take a picture of you?
Okay, so... très bien.
Oh, he has a phone. I was like, are you taking a picture of them with your camera?
Oui. Oh.
Get lower. Get lower until you're laying on the floor. You are in love?
Go to the Sacré-Cœur. Or we could do some shopping. Or go to the museum.
Bro, somebody beat this kid up.
Get off.
What?
Hey guys, do you guys mind if I hang with you for a bit?
Absolutely, Imogen Technologies. Benjamin is a douchebag of the highest degree.
Yeah. Thanks guys. You guys are more fun. It's like he doesn't even want to hang out with me anymore now that we're dating. All he cares about is having a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's because he's not straight.
I'm not even sure he likes me that much.
Do you even like him? You sound
Elle's kind of tall. She's like a... Imogen's a tiny little baby in between them.
No, I think being honest is better than living with regret.
Facts. Imogen Technology's stock price through the roof. We do not want to sit by you, Benjamin.
Je suis intolerant l'oignon et l'ail. I'm serious, big man. I get bloated. It's not funny.
I feel sorry for you and your terrible decisions. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey. Eat it. Eat it, bruv. What if it's really good?
Can you breathe?
Es incredible? Your favorite meal? Round 2. Electric Boogaloo. Meatballs.
I haven't spoken to you properly in ages. How's your first day in Paris?
Not interested in how my day was then?
Why are you in the mood with me?
Because you're supposed to be my boyfriend. But
Imogen.
instead, you've got some sort of obsession with Charlie.
Imogen.
I don't know why you're obsessed with Charlie. All I know is you're a terrible boyfriend, and I deserve better. I'm breaking up with you.
Damn
You don't
right,
want to be with me
Imogen.
anymore. That's fine. You don't have to be such a bitch about it.
Benjamin, language.
She's got a point, man.
Pipe down.
There's no need to call her a bitch.
Why am I siding with that awful human? Benjamin, I think you need
Fine,
to
then.
reckon with the fact that you're an asshole. That was so awkward.
She's done nothing wrong.
Gives me such like stinky energy.
Also, does Charlie have a eating disorder?
I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done that in front of everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen, so...
Agreed.
Yeah, now the whole group knows Ben's an asshole.
Ugh, everything would be so much easier if I was into girls.
I don't know about that one. Come on, brother. This is group hug. Throuple. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Elle is literally the most amazing person in the world. She's gone through so much shit. Why would she ever like me anyway?
Well, you just got a fresh new cut, so...
I'm just me, you know.
She likes just you.
I think you're pretty cool too. And interesting.
But not beautiful.
You're funny. You're into weird indie films that I probably wouldn't understand. You care about your friends so
Passionately?
loudly.
Dang it. So close.
Without worrying what anyone else might think, and that's really cool.
New friendship acquired. The love of my life. Bonjour.
Did you just post another photo of me on Instagram?
Wow, dude, you're quick.
Oh.
The challenge. Don't break the challenge. 2 days. Okay, good. Good. Hugs are good. Oi! What, brother? You're getting mighty close to losing.
Hi.
My competitive nature means...
Oh my...
it means I'm, like, rooting for him to succeed. Oi, challenge! You failed.
You taste like toothpaste. Like the first time we kissed at your house.
There's probably a reason for that.
So,
A neck kiss. Oh no. There's gonna be a hickey, isn't there? Nicholas, vary your positions, brother. Vary your positions. You need to alternate sides.
I think you lost the challenge.
You kissed him first, so does that really count? It's a foul on your side. Yeah, I called it. I knew it. I been knew. Okay, very, very interesting episode. Some big things happened, both positive and negative. Let's start with some positive things. Elle and Tao, they started off a little awkward, still puzzle pieces not fitting together, right? And then Tao made a peace offering of some apple juice, and bada bing, bada boom. Things are right back where they need to be. Sometimes that's all you got to do, right? I've seen so many stories of people in relationships being like, oh, when me and my wife are in a fight or whatever, sometimes I'll go to the gas station, I don't know, and like buy her a little treat and just give it to her as like a peace offering without actually saying like, hey, I'm sorry, or, our fight is done or whatever. It's just like, here's a little peace offering. We're back on good terms. This then leads them to going on like a little solo trip to the museum where they just bond and have fun. And Elle just gets to see Tao being cute and weird and taking pictures of strangers, and she is like, bro, I think I'm in love with this kid. Like, she's reminded that even though they said they wanted to be friends, she's like, frick, I want to be more than friends with this kid. But she also doesn't want to give up that relationship because it's just like, the friendship is just so good, and it can be frightening going into that next stage. But like, even Imogen Technologies is seeing it. She's like, bro, what is going on? Like, you guys are perfect for each other. Why are you being the way that you're being, right? I don't understand it. Speaking of Imogen Technologies, she had a big moment in this episode. She had spent the whole first part of the trip with Ben, and him being a dickhole, just like not focused on her at all, right? Like, he doesn't actually want to be with her. He just wants to make somebody else jealous, or he wants to put out the image that he likes girls, right? He's probably still very into Charlie, and he doesn't know how to process that. And because he can't process things, he just takes the emotions that he's not processing and puts them out as like being a dick. And he's just like completely uninterested in Imogen the whole time. Like, he's just being a jerk, doesn't want to talk to her, doesn't want to learn anything about her, ask her how she's doing, anything. And so she ditches him at a certain point. Is like, I'm gonna hang out with the cool kids, and vents, vents to Ellen and Nick, and just looks like a little tiny little baby in between them because they're super tall. And then it all comes to a head at dinner when Ben is like, hey, I'm gonna talk to Charlie. I'm gonna ask him, how's your trip doing, right? Like, he's actually not being a complete asshole, right? Like, he's like, hey, how was your first day in Paris? Like, I haven't talked to you in a while. He's still being a douchebag in general because he's, has been awful to Charlie, and now he's just trying to be like, oh, haven't talked to you in ages. There's a reason for that, Ben. Like, come on, brother. And freaking Imogen Technologies is like, you know what? We're going to make this whole thing very messy. And we're going to air all our dirty laundry in front of everybody, right? Like, she's like, why are you so obsessed with Charlie? It's like, you don't even care about me at all. Like, you're a bad boyfriend. You suck. And we're breaking up. And he's like, this kid's got no social awareness at all, right? Like, even if you're like a total douchebag, like, you could be the biggest dick in the world. If you are in the middle of like 40 people and your girlfriend is like, hey, you suck, I'm breaking up with you, and your immediate response is like, I know what'll fix this situation, I'm gonna call her a bitch. Like, I don't understand his thought process in that moment of like, how did you think, like, who did you think was gonna be on your side there, bud? Like, right, like, the girl that you're kind of dating right now lays it all out and is like, hey, you don't care about me, like, you're interested in a different person, and your response is like, you're a bitch. Even the worst person in the world, little Draco Malfoy looking ass, Harry, over on the side is like, we didn't have to call her a bitch. It's like, how is this kid the voice of reason? Like, come on now. And he leaves and goes somewhere. I don't know where he went, but he went somewhere. And then Imogen has a nice little bonding moment with Charlie and Nick in the cafe dinner area, and it's sweet. It's a nice moment. Other things to keep an eye on. Let's start with the least consequential one, the teachers. The two teachers. I'm picking something up there. I think those two boys are gonna touch mouths at some point. At some point, by the end of the series, they gonna be smooching or like holding hands at least, or we're gonna get a little hint of like, hey, they asked each other out. I don't know, but at least one of them, I forgot his name, the one that's like, you know, you can tell he's gay. Not Mr. Farouk, the other one. What's that other guy's name? I forgot his name. He's like the art teacher. It's a little easier to tell that he might be into Mr. Farouk. Mr. Farouk is an enigma. I don't really know where he is in regard to that spectrum, right? But that's something to keep an eye on. Something else to keep an eye on, which is very much not a positive thing, is Charlie. I had people in my comments early on, like watching with the trailers and end of last season, that told me that this season was gonna go to like a darker place. And my guess is that is in connection to what we got hints of this episode. And I actually think we got hints of it farther back. What was it? Episode 2? Charlie comes back and his dad asks him if he wants dinner, and he's like, oh no, I already ate. But it's like, no, you didn't already eat. Like, you actively didn't do that. And then Nick gets Charlie ice cream, and he's like, hey, got you ice cream. And he's like, oh no, I'm full, like, from eating before. And Nick's like, you didn't really eat much before. Like, what do you mean? And then at dinner, he actively doesn't eat any food. Like, he just kind of pushes it around. So I think, and I mean, it's not like they're being super subtle about it, but I think Charlie has an eating disorder, which is like, that would probably make sense as like the dark place that this season might go. And I don't know how to like talk about that specifically, because I've never had that situation. I've known a couple people that have, but I've never dove in too deep surrounding necessarily like the reasons for why that happens. I mean, there's probably 1,000 reasons why someone might develop an eating disorder. You know, Charlie could have like, I don't know, some form of body dysmorphia, or he just could be just depressed. Like, maybe all the feelings that he's feeling about like his bullying from before, and then Nick not coming out currently, maybe he's taking all of those negative feelings and putting it into not eating, potentially. I'm not 100% sure, but that's definitely something to keep an eye on going forward, because that's no bueno. If you are someone who struggles with an eating disorder, definitely get help for it, because that's something that affects your whole life, right? Like, definitely talk to a therapist about that, because that's a big thing. Food is a big important thing. You need nutrition to live, folks. And I imagine we'll talk more about that in the future, and I might just do some additional reading on EDs, just kind of like in my own time, to just like brush up on different things about it, right? Like, you know, I feel like I don't want to dive too in depth into a conversation about that without making sure that I have as much knowledge as I can have, if that makes sense. So we'll touch on that another time. the more surface level immediate concern, and very much more surface level, right? Like what we just talked about way down here in terms of like depth and importance. The less important but more immediate problem that we're facing going into the next episode is that Charlie has a hickey. And direct result of Nick not knowing how to switch sides, right? Brother, like, dude, like, vary your positioning. Kid's just sucking on one portion of his neck. And it's like, they're gonna be shocked. They're gonna be shocked when they find out in the morning. You're like, oh no, how did that happen? Well, that's how that happens. Is you only kiss one area, them's the breaks, kid. It's gonna be embarrassing. You're gonna have to wear a scarf. But that also might, that could cause some problems because, I mean, they're not out to everyone. And the teachers might be like, yo, where'd you get the hickey? Like, you are an openly gay child. Which boy's been kissing you? And they might draw conclusions, right? Being like, oh, the kid you hang out with all the time and you're practically making out with each other all the time, he probably gave you the hickey. You guys not allowed to be in the same room anymore. Right? You're treading on mighty thin ice being in the same room in general. Like, that's as if I was, me putting on my chaperone parental guidance hat for a second, I would be like, yo, dude, you can't do that. This is a school trip. You're not allowed to be making out and boning and stuff. I mean, I know they're not boning. But, like, you can't be putting yourself in those situations on a school trip. Like, this is a school trip, just why the same reason why boys and girls aren't allowed in the same rooms. That's why you guys aren't allowed in the same room. But we will, I guess, see the consequences of that next episode. I think that's all I gotta say this time. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of the episode. What did you think about all the stuff we brought up? If you have expertise or thoughts or previous experience about any of the deeper things we talked about, definitely leave it in the comments. That's kind of one thing I always pride myself on, I guess, is a willingness to learn and get more information. So if you have more information just about your own personal experience with that type of thing, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Always helps to just hear about other people's situations. So yeah, leave all that down there. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then again, if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.